Alright, this is Kill 2 again. I'm here with T-Days bringing you In We Trust vs. Manifest Destiny. I'll be going down the list for In We Trust. They have brought 2 Astarte, 2 Proteus, 1 Damnation, 2 Ishkur, 2 Vengeance, and 1 Retribution.
And on the Manifest Destiny team, we have 2 Tengu, 2 Proteus, a Lachesis, a Guardian, we have a Thrasher, 2 Cormorants, and a Keres.
So we have the 2 Proteus on the Manifest Destiny team sitting at 0 with all the Astartes and the Proteuses on from the In We Trust team. They're all at 0. Then a couple Tengus and most of the other support for the Manifest Destiny team is sitting a good 40 or 50k from the center of the arena. And we're go now.
And they've Manifest Destiny have started by looking at the Ishkur from In We Trust, as well as the Thrasher on the Manifest Destiny team just gone, and one of the Proteus on the Manifest Destiny team is also taking some damage.
Yeah, big slugfest. Also got to mention real quick, the Damnation on the In We Trust team moved before the match, so he was healed to 0. So back to the match, there's an Astarte for In We Trust at about half armor. He's taking most of the damage, it looks like, from the Manifest Destiny team. Manifest Destiny, their Guardians at about half shields. They're about to lose a Cormorant. Their Proteus is taking some armor damage. Damage all over the place, really.
Yes, we're seeing a lot of drones on the field, mostly damage drones. We have medium and light damage drones, almost all of them Galente, so thermal damage. The Astarte on the In We Trust is dipping into structure, and on the other side, the Guardian for Manifest Destiny is now in armor. The shield's being taken away.
Yeah, we just lost the In We Trust Astarte, the first one. They have 2, and all of their DPS sitting at 0. They're working on one of these Proteuses piloted by Soren Kale, and he is not going down very fast. The Guardian keeping him up well. He has armor maintenance bots on him as well, and he's doing just fine. The Friggs still taking some damage. A Maulus for Manifest Destiny is about half armor. And one of the Ishkurs on In We Trust taking damage, but he's repping it back, it looks like. So nothing else going down right now. That second Astarte about half armor for In We Trust.
And on the Manifest Destiny side, the Keres is looking very, very badly beaten up. It's now into structure. Some armor repping obviously coming off the Guardian, but I don't think it's going to be enough, and he'll be dropping very shortly. On the other side, the second Astarte for In We Trust is now in structure as well. A whole slugfest here.
Yeah, that second Astarte just went down. So now In We Trust left with their 2 Proteus, a Damnation, and a bunch of Friggs. Manifest Destiny still has most of their loadout, their Guardian, their Lachesis, and all 4 of their strategic cruisers still alive and well.
Yes, it looks like those Tengus are actually engaging from quite a way off, so it looks like they're actually set up for sniping to try and get away from the blasted DPS of these Proteus.
Yeah, they're a long ways out, a good, I don't know, 70, 80k away, and it looks like the Astartes for the In We Trust team really had a hard time because they warped 0 and then went to Proteus there to tackle him. They had no choice but to shoot the Proteus from the Manifest Destiny team, which really didn't work out for him with the Guardian on the team. The Guardian now, though, going down fast. He's at about 20% armor, while at the same time In We Trust Proteus at about half armor, so a lot of damage on both sides still.
Yeah, that Guardian in structure, he's slowly repping a tiny bit back, but I think the bleed through is too much and he's about to pop. There he goes. He did manage to get the Keres back up to full armor, but that's now being primaried again, and so they're going to Manifest Destiny are going to lose that ship very shortly. The Proteus on In We Trust is at about 30% armor and looking like he's going to go down next.
Yeah, that In We Trust Proteus taking a lot of damage. It looked to me, I looked right before the Guardian went down, and I think almost all the damage he took was from the frigates, the Vengeance, Retribution, and 2 Ishkurs from the In We Trust team. So those frigs not to be taken lightly.
Yeah, and they've just lost the Keres on the Manifest Destiny side. The Proteus is now in structure. He doesn't look to be damage controlled. He's gone.
Yeah, so now really the Frig's all that's left for the In We Trust team. They have the Damnation as well, but he's fit with small autocannons, I believe, so his damage output isn't great. They're trying to kill Lachesis now on the Manifest Destiny side. It's taking damage pretty rapidly from those Frigs, about 80% armor. And the Manifest Destiny Proteus also at about 60, well maybe 40% armor actually, so definitely not going to get away without some scrapes, but there's really not a whole lot left at this point for In We Trust. Still, 5 Frigs not taking any damage in that Damnation, just sitting around.
Yeah, on the Manifest Destiny side, the Lachesis is just about to hit structure. On the other side, T-Leaf still showing with their Proteus at just over half armor left.
Oh yeah, our overview's all messed up. They Intuit Trust still does have that Proteus doing damage. That's what's doing damage to the Manifest Destiny Proteus. So those two going at it. Looks like the Manifest Destiny one actually going down faster. He's at about 20% armor now. And damage has all but stopped coming in for the Intuit Trust team. Their Proteus still taking some. He's at 40% armor, but not going down as fast as the rest of their ships did.
Yeah, and the Proteus for Manifest Destiny has got a small amount of structure damage. It's beginning to bleed through. They lost the Lachesis as well. It looks like they're going to lose that Proteus before they manage to kill the Inti We Trust Proteus. It looks like the Inti We Trust Proteus is actually having drone reps on it, so it's actually lasting a bit longer at this point.
Yeah, he's got light armor maintenance bots, and they might be making the difference. It's really close. Both Proteus now into structure. They're taking structure damage. Still a tiny bit of armor left for each. Whoa, we just lost one of the frigs, was it? No, that was the Proteus.
Proteus. Yeah, the Proteus for NT We Trust has gone. The Proteus for Manifest Destiny is gone as well, so that's a very expensive pair of ships just gone up in smoke.
Yeah, both of them died almost exactly at the same time. So now just the Damnation, which is going to be the new primary target for the Manifest Destiny team. He's at half armor, remember, because of the movement violation at the start of the match. So him, 2 Ishkers, 2 Vengeance, a Retribution left for NT We Trust, and 2 Tengus, and 1 Proteus left for Manifest Destiny.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to. They've got this Proteus tackled for Manifest Destiny. There's assault frigs swarming all over it. They can see NOS effects and other bits and pieces going on there. It looks like the Damnation is not dropping that quickly at this time. It looks like the Manifest Destiny Proteus might go down quicker. It's hard to say at this point.
Yeah, it's tough to tell. The Proteus is taking damage. Damnation, I think, taking damage faster. He has a lot of HP, but he's down to almost a quarter now. Those Tengus still bombarding him from 100 and whatever K out there, a long ways away, and really not taking any damage, of course, because all the frigs from the NT We Trust team going to work on that Proteus as much as they can. It's at about 75% armor now.
Yeah, it's going to be very close between the Damnation and the Proteus at this point. The Damnation is about 20%, 25% tops of armor left. Obviously, he's got 50% structure damage from moving before the match started, which is obviously a very bad move. The Proteus approaching about 60% armor at this point.
It's really unfortunate. With full armor, they could have made a really big difference here. They're definitely able to break the Proteus over time. You know, it's not repping back enough to withstand this DPS, but the Damnation now at about 10% armor, he probably won't last long enough for them to bring the Proteus down, and he might have if he had full HP beforehand. Looks like some of the Manifest Destiny DPS switching onto one of those Ishkers for the NT We Trust team went really quickly to half armor, but it's repping back and doesn't seem to be losing armor now faster than it can rep.
Yeah, it's possible that those Tengus might be getting towards the edge of their range at this point. Obviously, they don't want to get too close to those assault frigs and get tackled because they're probably at range for a reason. The Proteus going below 50% armor at this point. Meanwhile, the Damnation has about 5% armor left and he's about to hit structure.
Yeah, Damnation really close to structure, about to lose. NT We Trust Ishker just went down also. I'm thinking those Tengus maybe ECM fit. And the Proteus maybe wasn't shooting the assault frigs or the Damnation for a while because of being jammed. I'm not sure, but now he's got a lock for sure if he didn't before, and he's battering those assault frigates that have him tackled. The second Ishker now entering armor as the Damnation, getting to about a third structure.
Yeah, I mean, they've had a persistent NOS on this Proteus for Manifest Destiny for quite some time. It's possible that they're making a bit of a dent in his cap. Meanwhile, the Damnation is still holding around about sort of 5% armor. It looks like he's not taking that much damage anymore. It's possible that both Tengus are now out of range.
Yeah, it could be, and we did, another Ishker just died, so only the 2 Vengeance, the Retribution, and Damnation left for NT We Trust, and all of those frigs have been running NOS, so you could be right. Cap might be a big issue for the Proteus, and I don't think it's running armor hardeners, but I don't see local armor reps, so that would be why such a small amount of DPS is able to wear him down. He's at about 5-10% armor now, but that Damnation While Damnation's actually regenerating shields, he's taking so little damage.
Yeah, he's definitely now managed to move away from the Tengu's missile range. They can't do anything to do damage to him. Hopefully he's still doing damage to the Proteus. Meanwhile, these assault frigs are swarming around with the with NOS effects running continually, and they seem to be rather difficult to hit. They're lasting longer than maybe some people would give them credit for, although they're both now, both Retribution and A Vengeance for NTV Trust are looking quite sketchy.
Yeah, the Vengeance, whoa, just lost a Vengeance. So now just a Vengeance and a Retribution. The Retribution's really low also, hitting structure and down also. So now only a Damnation and a Vengeance left for NT We Trust, which is unfortunate because the Proteus on Manifest Destiny is in structure and has 0 armor left. I'm surprised the Tengus gave up on the Damnation. They seem to be faster than it. The Tengus are moving at 600 or so meters a second apiece, while the Damnation doesn't seem to go faster than 150 or so. Maybe they just wanted to get on the assault frigates to keep the Proteus alive, which looks like it's going to work.
Yes, that's certainly a good tactic with the heavy missiles against the frigates. Got a reasonable chance of doing some damage on them. They can't tank forever. I suspect that some of the NOS that they're running is to fuel a local rep, because just before the other 2 assault frigs died, I did see a sliver of armour go back up, but I don't think it's going to rep hard enough to deal with the amount of damage that they're putting on him now, and it looks like Blunter for NT We Trust has just lost his assault frig, and the Damnation is now taking damage again and is at 50% structure.
Yeah, and that shield regen and armor that he had left is gone, so just a tiny bit of structure left for him when the Tengu's get in range, and that'll finish it off. Really close to bringing down that other Proteus. He's still sitting at about 80% structure with no other HP left at all, so it's a good thing for Manifest Destiny that those Tengu switched targets when they did. Damnation's still teetering outside missile range, but they're getting closer, and he's beginning to take damage again. So he should be down in just a couple seconds, I would think.
Yes, if they try to run away too much, we could end up with a situation where he goes out of bounds. So they've got to be slightly careful with the way that when he runs off with his Damnation. He's still, holding out a little bit, shield regenning. So they're obviously not quite able to get full damage on him. However, it would have been a completely different story, I think, if he hadn't have moved before the match.
Yeah, okay, he has sped up. He's at about 728 meters a second now. The Tengus are a little slower, but the Proteus moves at about 1800 meters a second, and he is inbound at full speed, so it should be just a couple seconds. He's maybe 40k out, 30k out right now. He's just turned his blasters on. So, now the Damnation's taking damage and he's dead. So that'll do it. Manifest Destiny wins in a really close match. The Proteus still bleeding, and only the 2 other strategic cruisers left. So a good game from both sides. Take it away, Soundwave.